It's another week here on the Daddy Kerb's farm, and you are here to watch beekeeping. The hives are in the background right here, and the bees are just flying around like crazy. I can see them from here. I'm gonna get suited up, get this smoke lit just in case. I don't know what their attitude is today, but there's a lot of bees flying. It's a beautiful day, and I don't want to get mixed up unprepared. Let's check first on this Hive 1 split just to see how they're moving into that top box right there, the sunshine box. I'd like to see how much they built. Somewhere between last week and this week, I lost my hive tool. I was hoping to find it out here in the yard somewhere, but I have to improvise and use this paint knife tool because I couldn't find my old hive tool either. Now keep in mind that this split is one where they were going to make their own queen and not a queen that I purchased. They are building some comb on both sides. Looks like they have some brood in there already. Let's see if we can see that new queen. If they have brood, unless it was in there before, I can't always remember. Looks like they have a lot of connecting comb. That's the comb on the bottom that they built between the, this is one of the mediums. I think this is the one that had the queen cup on it, which is no longer on it. This is one with a queen cup, a couple of queen cups. They are empty. These were there last time. There's a lot going on here. This is all pollen cake, bee bread. They got 2 empty frames here. Yeah. This frame with the queen cups on it is all around it is just nectar and pollen. Nectar and pollen on this side as well. Lots of resources up top. That's good. I'm going to take this top box off and look down in that bottom box. I did come prepared today to put them in a 10 frame hive. We'll see if we're ready for that. I think we are. These bees look a little different than the others. I can't ever really tell if you're getting a good look at them. We're gonna get that comb right there cleaned up. We don't want it attached. We want them to build that one down. In fact, I should replace it, but we don't want that to continue. This is where it would be nice to have my hive tool. This will work, it's just not ideal. And like that. I'm going to set that wax aside so we can take it in the house. Add it to my collection. It's another beautiful frame of resources. Resources, of course, I keep saying that, it's the nectar and pollen, or bee bread. Pollen cake, pollen, bee bread. That's a lot of brood right there. I think that's brood I put in from the last one. I'm hoping to see eggs, because that's going to tell me that I have a mated queen back in the hive. So far, no eggs. Starting to get the feeling they don't have an active queen yet. That probably makes sense with timing. Sometimes I lose track of timing. They do have lots of bees, lots of resources. No eggs, but still some larvae. I don't see that queen cup or queen cell anymore. So my guess is she's either in here somewhere or she's out. Of course, either there or not, right? But she might be out on a mating flight, or maybe she's in here getting warmed up. Who knows? We're going to stack this one back up with the intention of moving the other hive a little bit to the left and putting that 10 frame hive in there and giving them some more space. I gotta see if I can move this hive over a little bit so I can squeeze in a 10 frame hive right there, and then we can get this hive 1 split put into a 10 frame box instead of letting them live in the hive, instead of leaving them in the 5 frame double nuke. Well, there it is. Hive 1 split in a 10 frame box. They have 2 frames that are empty. Next time I come out, I'll stack another box on. Let's see what it looks like in Hive 1. Last week was nice, but as Paul Otis from Pine City Apiaries in the comments pointed out, I just probably caught them, not probably, I caught them on a good day because there hadn't been enough time for the genetics to have swapped over yet, for the new queen to do her job and for new bees to come out. So it was old genetics, good day. Let's see how it's doing today. Man, I'm having a tough time keeping my smoker lit. Hey, look at that. Found it. It was laying in the yard, right in front of this hive. Now that I can move that fuel over to the side, let's see if I can get a flame deeper down in there. You do have to be careful lighting a smoker when you're wearing rubber gloves and a veil. You don't want to get that flame on your fingers or up in your face. See if we can keep that going. I'm so glad I found that. Getting into Hive 1. 2 boxes above the queen excluder. I'm just going to see if they're putting any honey up here, and then we'll just move both boxes. No honey yet. Let me move this top box, see what they're doing in the one below it. Oh, you guys don't have a very good view. I'm sorry. Let's get some frames out here on the outside. This first one looks empty. Yep, first one's empty. Let's see here. They're definitely putting in the nectar, turning this into honey. On this side. We got a few cells remaining of brood. All those capped brood are going to come out, and then there will be no more brood upstairs above the queen excluder. At least that's the goal. Can you see that white spot right there? That's the head of a brand new baby bee that will be coming out of that cell later. You can look at this. Fighting with a drone bee, probably trying to get it out of the hive. Poor guy. Those drones don't stand a chance when all the girls start ganging up on them. And those drones have been trapped in the top box actually, because if they hatched out, emerged from their cells upstairs above the queen excluders, they're too big to get down through there. So they've been stuck. 2 of them just now took advantage and left. Hopefully a few more will. I don't know what that means to the colony, but they don't need to be in here. Same thing, lots of resources. No new brood. No eggs. That's all good. Got some wonky comb going on over here. I think I'll scrape that out. Yep. I want to tell all those drones in here, fly away. Fly away, drones. Same thing, a few remaining capped brood. No new brood, no eggs. Lots of nectar. Alright, so this looks like it's working out okay. Fly away, drones. Fly away. So Hive 1 split was a little more defensive than this one. Today these are doing fine. They're a little bit riled up, but I think it's because I moved the hive. And so I think the story upstairs here is the same. They're still working on getting some of that brood out of here. Working on packing in resources. Good. They are putting nectar, turning that into honey right there in that small amount of comb they're building out. Lots of good looking honey in here. Alright. Okay, so top box looks good. Fly away, drone. Alright, I'm going to put this box down here and then look under that queen excluder. This one's heavier than that first box. Can you see the drones on there? Here's their chance to freedom. Alright, I have several frames on the outsides here that I can tell there's nothing on them. So I'm just going to go right in here to a middle frame. I'm really surprised they're not being a little more aggressive, because I know for a fact I've squashed a couple bees just right now. When I was reaching for this frame, I squashed one. That is all nectar and pollen. Some wonky comb. I might take that out. Yeah, I think I will. I named hive number 3 and hive 3 split the Patreon hives because I want to give my patrons something special. Also, these hive inspections, if I were to do all 3, well, right now it would be all 5 in one video, it would be extremely long. So if you care to see more about hive 3 and hive 3 split, you can go check it out on Patreon. Lots of good looking comb on that one. Lots of good looking bees. I put it staggered some of these, are checkerboarded. So this is one that was empty. They have a little bit of comb on the bottom of that. Lots of comb on this one, and that is so wonky right there. Ah. Sometimes they build on these plastic frames beautifully. Sometimes they don't. I just took that wonky comb out. I'm pretty sure wonky is a technical term. And this is a frame of lots of brood that I put in last week. Got some big drones on there. Looking for that queen. Lots of brood in there, lots of baby bees. I don't see anything that stands out as a queen. Looking on these edges, I do see a few eggs, so that is good news. With that, I'm going to put this hive back together because as long as I see eggs, I know the queen has been there within the last 3 days. They have lots going on. They don't act especially defensive. I think this hive is okay. I'm going to put it back together and move on to hive number 2. We'll get that queen excluder removed and just check on. Really what I'm looking for is eggs. I want to know that everything's okay in here. That is a lot of nectar and pollen cake. You can see down here the pattern where it's wooden frame, plastic frame, wooden frame, plastic frame. That's because I checkerboarded or staggered, and the goal was to give them an empty frame between 2 filled frames so they would be encouraged to build it out. That's a bunch of nectar and pollen. Not seeing a whole lot of brood up in this second deep. That's okay. They are starting to put a layer of beeswax on top of those. Somebody just sent me a text message. Was it you? Lots of brood in this one. there are eggs. Okay, I'm done in here. Hive 2 looks good. Let me put those honey frames back on. That's it for Hive 1, 2, and the 1 split. I'm going to get over here into Hive 3, put that one over on Patreon. If you are a patron, I look forward to hearing your comments about that hive. Actually, those 2 hives, the Hive 3 and Hive 3 split. I do truly believe that everyone has a story and every story counts. Thank you so much for being a part of my story today through this video and letting me be a part of yours. I'll talk to you soon.